Now, this is becoming very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. President William Samoei Arap Ruto is now making some very, very serious changes in his government ahead of the 2027 elections. President William Ruto is now doing everything possible to rescue the Kenya Kwanza Alliance government ahead of the 2027 elections. Because William Ruto has now realized that things are becoming very dangerous in his government. Things are no longer the same on the ground. Things are very much different. William Ruto cannot afford to lose the elections in the 2027 elections. That is the reason as to why William Ruto is making all these changes. But let me go straight into the point. President William Ruto is expected to name a new Interior Cabinet Secretary. Who exactly is William Ruto going to appoint? The former CS for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i himself, has been mentioned in William Ruto's list. Let me give you all this information. But before we begin, just a quick reminder. If you are listening to me and you haven't subscribed, I want you only to take 1 second or two and hit the subscribe button down below for you to be able to receive more information, daily political updates from this channel. You can also give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend this video in particular and this channel to reach out to more people. Thank you so much for your support. Now let us proceed because I just want to be very brief in this particular video here. So follow it to the end. So let me begin by asking you this question. Do you really think that Fred Matiang'i will agree to work with President William Ruto and Raila Odinga in the broad-based government ahead of the 2027 elections? Will that be possible? Do you really think that Matiang'i will accept to be appointed by President William Ruto as the to be reappointed by William Ruto as the Interior Cabinet Secretary? That particular docket is still vacant up to date. Raila Odinga, on the other hand, remember that Raila and William Ruto are working together in the broad-based government. So according to the information that I'll also read for you, is that Raila Odinga has been making several proposals to William Ruto on who exactly William Ruto should appoint as the Interior Cabinet Secretary. And Raila Odinga has been insisting that the Cabinet Secretaries for Interior must be a Luo, because Luos are defenders of human rights. Luos are defenders and freedom fighters. In the recent appointments, you saw Raila Odinga's sister being appointed by President William Ruto, meaning Raila Odinga has a say in President William Ruto's decisions in the broad-based government. So let me read for you this information here, a shocking statement from Raila Odinga's very close ally, Honorable Peter Kaluma. Just listen to what Peter Kaluma is telling William Ruto directly. He says that, let all the communities in Kenya, just listen very keenly, let all the communities in Kenya get their due constitutional share of public service appointments. The position of the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and coordination of the national government should go to a Luo, because Luos are the greatest defenders of human rights and freedom. But something strange that you have noticed is that William Ruto is still reluctant, because William Ruto, first of all, does not want to commit the same political mistakes in the past that William Ruto has committed. The mistakes that has really costed President William Ruto. Also remember that the Interior Cabinet Secretary, that docket is very, very sensitive. That should not be a political appointment. So William Ruto cannot risk in that docket. You know, one of the reasons that are really affecting President William Ruto's government performance, poor performance, it is because William Ruto committed a very, very serious political mistake by appointing an incompetent cabinet that lacked the integrity. And truth be told, President William Ruto, when he was appointing his cabinet secretaries, William Ruto focused too much on rewarding his loyal politicians with government positions. But right now, with everything that is going on in the country, it is actually a wake-up call for William Ruto. So these are the changes that William Ruto is making. The first change, President William Ruto is going to reshuffle his cabinet very soon. Let me read for you the statement from William Ruto. He says that right now, we are in the broad-based government and we are working to broaden, to expand it even further so that everyone is included and we can move on. During the cabinet reshuffle, that is exactly when William Ruto is going to name the cabinet secretary for interior. Who is it going to be? This is the criteria that William Ruto is going to use. Even before I explain to you that one, when you go to the Nation newspaper today, just go and read it. President William Ruto has officially announced the positions for the principal secretaries, PS positions, are vacant. Meaning William Ruto is going to make some very serious changes in the PS positions. William Ruto is expected to fire all the PSs so that new members, new leaders can be appointed. Those are the kind of changes that President William Ruto is currently making. So in this cabinet reshuffle, let us go back. According to the sources, President William Ruto is poaching for more leaders, especially the leaders who were in Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet. So far, there are 2 leaders who have been mentioned. We have the former Cabinet Secretary for Health, Honorable Mutahi Kagwe. You still remember him, right? And as a matter of fact, when Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, also Mutahi Kagwe was mentioned in President William Ruto's list to replace Rigathi Gachagua as the DP. Let me read for you this statement here that says, Ndindi Nyoro, Anne Waiguru, and Mutahi Kagwe are among those tipped to replace Rigathi Gachagua as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. So, the former CS for Health, his name has appeared twice in President William Ruto's list. Another person that has been mentioned is the former CS for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, to be reappointed as the CS for Interior. But the question that I've been asking myself is this. Do you really think that Fred Matiang'i will accept President William Ruto's appointment? Because first of all, I want you to realize that Fred Matiang'i has already presidential ambitions ahead of the 2027 general elections. And recently, Fred Matiang'i officially made an announcement that he's going to vie for presidency in 2027 to come face to face with President William Ruto to compete against William Ruto. And especially after the Botswana elections. According to the information is that Fred Matiang'i had hired the firm that made the president of Botswana to win the elections. And Fred Matiang'i is banking on that farm to come to Kenya and, to campaign for, Fred Matiang'i to win against William Ruto. Let me read for you this statement that says, 2027 polls. Fred Matiang'i banks on team that won the Botswana elections. So I'm ruling out the possibility of Fred Matiang'i accepting President William Ruto's appointment. Also, remember that the fallout between Fred Matiang'i and President William Ruto. Fred Matiang'i and William Ruto are not really in good terms. Since Uhuru Kenyatta's administration, Fred Matiang'i was the CS for Interior and he used to frustrate President William Ruto so much. So their fallout began during that time, up to date. But remember that politics is all about interest. Were it not for Matiang'i's presidential ambitions in 2027, I think Fred Matiang'i would have accepted this particular position. Now, for the former CS for health, Mutahi Kagwe can easily be appointed by President William Ruto, and he can accept any appointment from William Ruto. I don't think if there is any fallout between CS Kagwe and William Ruto. So William Ruto is poaching for more leaders and is making very serious changes in his government. Let us wait and see how things will turn out to be. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinion in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more political updates. Let me see you again in my next video analysis. Remember, my name is Jason. Bye-bye and have a good day. Thank you.